Good morning, traders. Boy, do we have an ugly market again. Very nasty. Very, very nasty. So, after all the headlines about the nukes and whatnot, we're continuing to drop down. Let's see, still no market bottom signal from VIX volatility gauge. And I don't think we're at a bottom either. The bottom was there, and we did not hold that bottom, so it's getting pretty ugly. I'd say we're going to see 11.5 next on the NQ. But let's see what's going on. Let me go through some of these plays and get these off my watch list from Friday. Trash. Yeah, Swivels is alright. I'll keep that on watch. So do that gave back everything. HDSN turning around. ICPT. Still very low volume, but still holding above the EMAs. JSCE, I don't like that. CYN, that's popping over that 200. Euro's down. I mean, everything is just down across all markets right now. VTNR dropping. SPY's barely holding up 400 at this point. Gold's dropping. Oil's dropping. Of course, we know the NQ and everything's dropping. I had to get out of NDO. I did swing it over the weekend. Turned out being a mistake, but, you know, only losing 27 bucks there, so that's okay. And I did hop out of HYMC, only losing $7.50, so I lost about $30 on these two swings. But as I said, Friday, I probably should not have held them over the weekend. I did anyway, knowing that this damn market was more than likely going to come down today. What's up, Lori? Good evening. And of course, let me pop trading view up here real quick. Let's see what we got. Bitcoin down to 32,000. Ether right under 24. Nothing is green at all on my trading view watch list except for inverse ETFs. So let's go and pop up some inverse ETFs, or maybe EIXY, UVXY. Trying to see which inverse would be the best. That one, man, that's not got much of a range. Probably going to be VIXY, which is not just inverse, but also volatility, which if people are pulling their monies out of the market, which we have a nice triangle on this VIXY. I'm in that resistance there. I'm going to keep, I'm going to put VIXY up here on the watch list. UVXY, I think that's just straight inverse. Ultra VIX short term. Yeah, UVXY is not a bad one either. I'm going to throw it up there as well, because it has a lot of space up to that 200 day. But on an inverse, I do not really want to get in while it's starting to rip. Kind of like to get in a little bit lower. I want to see if the NASDAQ is going to have any type of rebound back up, because right here would have been the spot to get in. When this thing pushed up there to 12.5 and got rejected off of that previous support as resistance, that would have been the spot to get in VIXY or UVXY. Like I said, they're pushing at the moment, so gonna give them a little bit of time. Let's see what else is going on. LTBR, that's that uranium play. That thing is giving up because uranium's giving up. Like I said, HYMC, that's giving up while gold's giving up. All the oil plays are going to be down. BWV with another pop up. Another almost whole dollar run there today. And so this little took a long time for this dead cat to happen, but the dead cat is possibly starting. We'll keep an eye on it. And like I said, I'm glad I did get out of that right when I did. INDO just dropped a whole nother dollar. Okay. I don't know what BR is. Alright, let's look what's on these scanners. Got BTTX. Know about that. SOPA. Society Pass. They got a 4,500% year-on-year revenue growth and cash on hand growth. So they got a lot of money at a time when not many people are getting a lot of money. I kind of like this play looking at this daily chart because we have so much room up. And it is pretty low float. Right now it's kind of double topping here on the hour chart. So we'll give that some time. I don't like BTX. And the rest of those are on there. Oh boy, nothing green on the mid-flow scanner. That's scary. That's not normal. See, DPSI. I actually don't mind this daily chart. It's pretty bullish. Above all EMAs at the moment holding 850. Looks like a support, or it's trying to. And then we got resistance at 1025. Only 7 million in shares and only 600,000 volume in this so far. Let me see this. This 1 hour chart. Interesting. Very, very interesting. More support at 750. That's the type of play I like to see. All the rest of this is trash. Nothing on the day trade above the 200. Metals down, low floats, and oil down. So we know what's going on here. I'm going to keep an eye on DPSI here for a minute. Actually, I'm going to go on DPSI. Coming up to $9 here. I got filled at $8.90 on this market order. Because we are coming in the last 20 minutes. Yeah, there on the 15 minute, you can see a possible U-shape here starting to open. We're going to have to break 10 to really get going. I'm starting with 10 shares. And I may add if we start breaking over 9 for this test that's in. We're right at 9 testing it now. I'm going to jump in there, another 10 shares, starting to break 9. God almighty, the spread just got crazy. All the way up to $9.44. That spread went from $9 to $9.44 in less than a second. This thing's going to be volatile and crazy. Let's see if buyers keep coming in here. We don't want to... You see that buying volume slowly ramping up on the chart. But we're going to have to break 10. 10 is the top of this U-shape. See if this buy momentum can keep coming in. Sam's getting excited. We still got quite a spread. 20-cent spread on the bid and the ask. All right, now the spread's starting to get a little tighter. Let's see if buyers start coming in now, because I don't think anybody wanted to buy with a 40-cent spread at that 940 area. At least not yet, anyway. See that down? Let's see. Hold on. Where's that downtrend at? We're up to 600,000 volume in this. Yeah, there's the downtrend too. We got to break. So actually, $9.50 and $10 both going to be strong resistance. It's maybe a little slow until it's not. Like I said, we're not getting a ton of volume yet. So we're about to close on this 15-minute candle. If we can close above the body, which is 907 of this candle, we'd be opening right about here. Oh, a little pullback there. Ooh, another 40-cent spread, this time to the downside. Wonder if I could sneak out. Well, maybe don't come back down on me now. Although I do kind of want to add some more there. I don't want it to drop on me. Grabbing 10 more. There we go. My average is down to 884. That candle closing a little red, not really closing above 9. Let's see if it can. This one can start shooting back above 9. If this candle doesn't and we start dipping back down in this area, we're probably going to continue to sell off. Let's see, we got 760 there. Well, 760 is actually... That's what's actually holding up as support. Yeah, you can see it on this 15-day right here. All the support right across 750, but don't want to see it get down back that low. So there's resistance through there, resistance through here all day Friday, and then today we're above it. So all right, just trying to push back up. A little bit of... I didn't realize you guys couldn't see my full level 2. Well, you can kind of see it. Let me see. I'll fix it real quick so you guys can see it. There we go. Then we'll just close that there. Now you guys should be able to see my full level 2. Well, you can't. Well, work with what we got. I gotta keep my trigger finger ready on this play in case it does turn around. Very, very low float. Let's see, BWV, that's trying to break 450 now. SOPA got this downtrend it's got to break, basically making a triangle there. Trying to hold 250. If I can hold 250, that possibly could be a play. Oh, BWV just broke 450. Yeah, UVXY slowing down a little bit, and the VIXY, so much means, yeah, we're having a little bounce off of that 12.3 area on the NQ. BWV up to 460. This thing's still going. It's 470. Damn, nice rip on that so far. It's alright, I'm going to stick to DPSI. It's still It's still still alive at the moment, still trying to show a little frisk. We just got to get back over 950 and break this downtrend. We're kind of testing the downtrend now. Damn, BWV all the way up to $5. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful rip on that. Whole $1.50 rip. No, a little delayed dead cat bounce. Looks like it may try to break 5 here soon. It's coming up on it. A lot of volume on it. Like to see it get rejected off of 5. Come back down, test 450 as support though. But if it blows right through 5, it blows right through it. Geez, we just had a 70-cent spread. The bid dropped all the way down to 8.10. Oh, golly, that's ugly. All right, I'm going to have to get out of here. That just put me down $30 on this 30 shares. This is what I was concerned about. But you can see that's that downtrend. So that U shape is ruined. Could not break out. If it cracks any lower. At 750, like I said, should be pretty decent support. Wonder if I can... Whoa, what the hell did I just do there? How did my level 2 get on that? What? That's not what I wanted. That's the wrong one. Sidebar. Level 2. There we go. Must have accidentally hit that earlier. Alright. See if I can grab 5 more. I don't think I have quite enough in my account right now. No. Just go with this 30. So $8 just trying to hold even though he pulled back. As long as $8 can hold, we should start to see the trend reversal coming on this. Maybe not though. You know, we're in a very sketchy market. Oof. That NQ tried to push up over 12.3. Selling pressure pushing it right back down. Strong. Strong. Oh boy. I gotta read this. I gotta read this 7 ways to deal with inflation during retirement. We're gonna read that in a bit. That's gonna be entertaining. Yeah, BVW did get rejected off of 5. Still pushing up there trying to test. As long as it's holding 490, it could try to break 5. See, SOPA still hanging there pretty nicely. Right, DPSI. I need to see some buying come in here so far. Let me look at this hour chart again. Oops. Not the 1-day chart. See, our uptrend is right through here. Oh, we're actually also testing the uptrend. So we got the uptrend that this has been on at that 750 area, as well as past chart support at 750. So we got quite a bit there. But in this type of market conditions, support and resistance may not try to hold up. or support lines can break easy, and resistance lines will not break easy. Not normally. That's why we saw that first rejection off of $5 on BWV. Still trying to push though. Got 7 minutes left on this hour candle. Boy, if this does not turn around, this is going to get ugly. Alright, real quick, let's see what this is talking about. Inflation hurts everyone, but it can be especially harmful to retirees. The news is full of stories about rising inflation, blah, blah, blah. Here are some ways to deal with it. Delay claiming Social Security. So don't pull your money out of the government's pockets during inflation. Keep your money, in their pockets. That's the first tip. Invest for growth. Yeah, okay. Go invest for growth. Go long in the stock market. That's their second tip. Have a plan for healthcare expenses. Because the government screwed it up. Open a savings account. This is a health savings account. HSA is a health savings account. Open a savings account during inflation at 10%. Oh boy, I knew this was going to be entertaining. Consider tips and I bonds. Oh yeah, buy U.S. Treasury. Buy U.S. Treasury and bonds. Great idea. Great idea. Wow. Renting versus owning a home. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Review spending and withdrawals, so budgets. Alright, they had like one or two good things out of that. The rest of it was all just nonsense. I knew that was going to be fun to read. BDVW is still up there. Still holding that 490. It's really trying to get over that 5. They've been holding this for 490 for a little bit. I don't think it can. I don't know. I don't think it's going to try to break this moment. I think we're going to have to see some type of pullback to 450 and either like a flag pattern or a U-shape, something like that, back up to 5. I just can't. And it's only 4 million in volume so far. SOPA still tons of indecision. DPSI bid back over up to 820 with the ask at 840. Come back alive for me. How you guys doing so far this morning? All the traders here on YouTube and Twitch. Now, I showed this in the Discord last night, and I've been showing it, off and on here. But I put the NASDAQ on a monthly chart. You can see our little head and shoulders. The 200-day on the monthly chart is way down here at 6,000, which is quite a drop if we end up dropping all the way down to here. There may be a little bit of slowdown in that 11.5. That's what I'm expecting as next support area. At 11.5, we could have a little bounce, but I think we are going to see by July the market continue to pull back like it is. Okay. God, look at this. 805 on the bid, 839 on the ask. It just needs buying volume. If it gets buying volume, it could go. But yeah, we're still only 700,000 volume in on this. It's just now waking up. Woo, boy. I love seeing all these cryptos cheap and silver under $22. Oh my. Oh my goodness. I like that. I never thought that I was going to get to buy some of these cryptos this cheap again. So I've not changed my plan at all. A little buy there, a couple of buys at 835, pushing that price back up. Well, we just need to see bids start stacking way above 8. I don't like how they're sitting down here on 8. Ton of volume at 815. I don't know if that's on the sell side or the buy side. I'll better be careful clicking around in here. I don't know why I even clicked that. Hal's having a good trade. That's awesome. What did Hal get into? All right, we're fixing to close on this hour right now. Oh, he's in CYN. I'm glad he is. He's been talking about CYN for 2 weeks and been calling it out. I'm glad he finally got a part of it. Keep telling him you gotta trust yourself, man. Just trust your analysis. HH has super strong technical analysis skills. But his pure hatred for losing $1. Just $1. Anything over $1. Even $1 though for him, like 10 cents, man. He does not like to lose anything. Of course, nobody does, but you know, it is a part of trading. You're gonna lose some here and there. But that's good. I'm glad he nailed CYN. What is the US dollar at? Let me see real quick. I didn't look at that on the chart. So it's testing 104. Got a lot of resistance at 105 though on the US dollar index. What I think is going to happen is we may end up hitting that $1.05 or 105 whatever area on the US dollar index. So I'll bring that up real quick and show you guys. So you can just see, looking back through here, all this congestion right across through here, and even these recent 2 previous weeks. So I think we may see the dollar strengthen some more, which is going to drive assets down even more, like silver at 21. I don't know. I'm starting to foam at the mouth with these prices in cryptos and precious metals. Stock market, I still think's got a ways to drop, even with that strengthening dollar. I think that is going to be very short-lived once we get rejected off that 105, possible maybe 110 area. and then we'll see assets start to rise again. Certain assets. I don't think we're going to see at this point any type of all around bull run on anything at the moment. But the Feds are going to have to reverse course. They're going to stop raising interest rates and lower them back to zero. I don't know how they plan on. I mean, that they raised the interest rates by half a point last week, and it doesn't matter. Inflation, it just went higher. You know, it's over 10% according to them now. You are just barely holding on. Okay, BWV did pull back to about 454. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the hour chart. There we go. Getting a little bit of a possible flat top there on the hour candle. Uh-oh, DPSI starting to crack that $8. What was that previously at 675? Well, actually, what I just now realized is it likes to pop in pre-market and after hours. It does not, at least the last few days, it did not pop on Thursday during the market open. It did not pop on Friday during market open. And so far today, it is not popping during market open. So that it makes it risky to hold longer because I'd have to hold it all the way to after hours unless this thing can turn around. Let's see, where's that NQ at? Oh boy, NQ's still dropping. Public expectations of inflation moderate in April after. All right. Let's see what they're talking about. I'll go along with this nonsense they're talking about. Let's see, where'd it go? Keep an eye on DPSI in case it starts cracking more. The regional Fed bank said that consumers are seeing 6.3% inflation in April, down from 6.6% in last month's survey. You can't do a survey to find out what inflation is. What are they talking about? What kind of nonsense? Expectations for gas price over the next year fell sharply in April, while expectations of college tuition and rent moved higher. The median expected increase in rent hit a new record high. Over next 3 years, consumer inflation. Wait, is he talking about? He's not even. What is he talking about here? Public. Uncertainty about inflation rose to a record new high in April. Well, everybody's probably uncertain because you're trying to figure out inflation through a survey. That's probably why. All right, the Fed's officials believe that expectations about future inflation play a key role in the eventual path of prices. You don't say. You don't say. Consumer price inflation rose 1.2% in March, pushing the annual rate up to 8.5%. Many economists believe that this was the peak annual inflation rate for the cycle. The inflation data for April will be released on Wednesday. The consensus forecast of Wall Street economists is for a 0.2% gain. So the Wall Street economists are saying that we're going to go up 0.2% in interest, yet there's the Fed officials believe all this other stuff. Let's see. Chief economist at Pantheon Macroeconomics thinks the consumer price index will see only a 0.1% raise in April, which would bring down the annual inflation rate. By the time of the Fed's meeting in late July, there's that July month coming up again. There will be 3 straight monthly declines in inflation, Shepard said, which will allow the central bank to be able to breathe more easily. No, you are talking absolutely crazy. This guy thinks we are going to have 3 months of declining inflation into July. Okay, sure. Stocks are trading lower on Monday. So aggressive to get inflation under control. Let's say stocks are trading lower Monday on concern that Fed is going to have to be so aggressive to get inflation under control that they might cause a recession. The yield on the Treasury note remained above 3.10%. So all these countries holding our 10-year Treasury notes, they're getting 3% annually to hold it, but inflation rate is at 8%. So they're losing money, these other countries, by holding these dumb bonds and yields that ain't worth anything. And the whole thing they're not talking about is the Feds are selling off $96 billion, I think, in assets. So that's real crazy. Oh gosh. Okay, so BWV all the way back down to 440. SOPA still hanging in there. Possible breakout coming on this. DPSI, can you get you're almost done with the selling. Get some buying back in here. SOPA testing. Say break at 275. SOPA could get a move up to 3, but it's starting to break this 260, this downtrend. Okay, down to 775. This is as low as I really want to hold this. And that hour chart, not looking great. Although we do have a lot of time in this hour. You need to see some buying come in and push it back up over 8 soon. A little bit of buying on the NQ, trying to push it back up. BVW still holding 450. CYN. Actually, CYN's a pretty good looking play. H might do really well on this. Got this pretty nice uptrend here. In this channel, this sloping channel we're in. So as long as it stays in that channel. Well, actually at this point 450 is the bottom of the channel. It's got to hold 450. If it can't hold 450 here, it's going to drop back down. 440, something like that in there. It's going to drop all the way back down to $4 if it cracks. SOPA still nothing yet. Come on, you sharkies. This AUST. Oh, that just started ripping out of nowhere. see that 200 is at 550. Getting very close to having to cut out here. Adjust this downtrend as well. A little bit more like that. I really don't like the way this is looking. This little curl over. We had the curl up starting, and now we're getting pushed back down and curling to the downside. Buyers coming in at 785. But not a lot. Still very, very low volume. We're still not even to a million yet. Well, actually, there's the whole trend line right there. You can see it. I just need to push back to a little bit further. There we go. So we're in a big wedge. On the point of either cracking this wedge or having some type of bounce. How's the market watch look? That's red. Oh gosh, it's terrible. SOPA starting to break up out of that triangle right now. Excuse me, I'm trying to mute my mic when I clear my throat, but never mind. It's not wanting to cooperate. Like I said, 265, 275 is going to be what needs to break for it to get going. It's trying though, looking like it wants to go. EQ rebounding a bit. Of course, we don't have any news except for it was listed at the beginning of May, or it's going to be listed anyway, on the NYSE. So this has only been trading on the NYSE. So this must have been an OTC stock before. So it started coming on the NYSE beginning of last week. And that's where we started seeing some pushes up and some volume coming in. But I see why we're having a bunch of selling pressure. Because if people were in back here at $3.50, $4, whatever, in the OTC market, then they are probably going to be selling up at 775, 15, which is why we saw this huge dump there. And then, another pop up back up to that 13, 14 area this morning. So we're getting a whole bunch of selling again because of that. See CYN testing getting rejected at 450's. Gotta hold up this trend line here. That's going to start coming back down. SOPA pushing up to 275, got rejected. It's got to break 275 and it can run. Looking like a pretty good flag pattern break there. This is the flagpole, this big green bar, and then this consolidation is your flag pattern. Or if you're like me, you just call it a triangle, because triangles are just triangles. It's trying to get on up there. I may have jumped the gun too early, hopping in DPSI on that little U-shaped fake out. And it's going to cost me if this does not bounce back up here. Interesting. BWVI or BWV. You look at it on the hour chart. It just, let me see if I pull this up. Just crossed the 50-day moving average. So I can see that green 10-day crossing the 50-day moving average, which is a bullish sign on our chart. But it's still just barely above it. So if it dumps, it would push that 10-day right back below that 50-day, and it would not rip. Alright, finally we're starting to see a little bit of a green candle here. Can we get back over 8? I will feel much, much better if this can get back over 8 here in the next couple of minutes. If we get rejected at 8, that's not going to be good. Yep, CYN cracking that, so it's looking done. You can see it starting to lean. Now we had a nice linear straight pattern and a slope. And now that it's starting to crack this pattern, you can see on these candles are starting to make that kind of reverse U shape. Starting to look like it's getting heavy. Like if this was a tree, and then all of a sudden the tree's tip starts really leaning like this, you know, that tree's probably going to fall. And then looking at the hour chart, it's got room down to 420 as support. And then the 10 days all the way down at $3.93, $4. So that could start falling quite a bit. Could have a pretty nice pullback here. I don't know about that yet. SOPA is still testing that 270 area. Got a bit of sellers on this level too. Yep, and they just held up. OPTI is up 20%. It's going to the moon, up 20%. Let's check OPTI out. I think I've ever seen you in here, Victorious One, but welcome to Framework Fortune. Yeah, this is up, 25%. This is an OTC stock. Yeah, this company's been around for, God, let's see here, back to 2000, unless this is a different ticker symbol, but I don't think so. And now it's like, I mean, this is the lowest it's ever been. This thing looks like it's about to die. What are they doing? They receive increased interest in fuel maximize. Okay, so they're a fuel company. OPTEC International Inc.'s announced significant 28% single asset increase of 700,000 in less than 9 months. And we're talking chicken scratch for a stock market company. They've got a new website. Let's see, they got patent and cell phone, which that's not special. Tablet digital temperature scanning technology prototypes in March 22nd. They signed an amicable settlement with West Show collaboration of PPE sales. They announced surge in PPE demand. All that though was like at the beginning of the year and last year. I mean, I don't. It is a possible fuel play, I guess, but with it being an OCT stock, I mean, I don't know. And looking at this past chart, I mean, it's a trash company. It's been a trash company for years. And just because it's down this low doesn't mean that it'll ever even get back up to 40 or 50 cents. Yeah, like here's the crazy thing. We had through March, we had all the, maybe it's February too, February, March, we had all that oil volatility, and this thing did not see anything from that volatility. So even with the oil sector, when it was real hot, this didn't even get any attention. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Let me see. What is it? Oh, what is that site? I'm blanking out right now. Hold on, I got it in my stock market tools. There we go. PT. So on OTCmarkets.com, this is in the pink sheets, which means they don't have to report. All they have is a verified profile and a transferred agent verified quote. Nothing there. Company profile. Worldwide provider of green technologies for continued global reduction of fossil fuel, blah, blah, blah. Holds a worldwide license for marketing and distribution of the OPEC. That doesn't mean anything. Nobody wants to buy it. Won't matter. Maximizer is the OPTEC Fuel Maximizer is a patented plug-and-play app. See, they're way too behind. You know, we got so many cars and stuff moving to electric and EV. What would be the point of having a plug-and-play for fuel? See. Oh, God. And then here we got this part. The company is further now distributing preemptive, precautionary pandemic equipment. So they're just making a bunch of BS that they can pretend to sell. This company, I would be very surprised if it does much else. $5 million market cap with, what is that, 3 billion shares. It's a lot of shares, not available on the float. You got 500 million shares being held at the DTC. They had a symbol change from GRD. That was 2017. So actually this chart would only go back to 2017. The rest of it is that other company. Dividends and splits. They did pay dividends back in 2016, but they have not paid any since. Significant values delivered? No. Short interest? Barely anybody short because nobody really cares about it. None of that. We already went through that. Headlines. We got negative operating margin, negative net income, negative operating income, a little gross profit, and I'm looking at this backwards. I'm used to the dates being that way. Let me make sure that this stock ain't dropped on me yet. No, it's still holding up. SOPA's testing that 275 hard right now. Possible break coming there. Up to 3. Let's see their balance sheet. Do they have any money? Okay, so this year or last year they do have some positives. They've been green on assets. They have more assets than liabilities, so that's not bad. Let's see, cash flow. That's what I want to see. Total cash flow. Financing activities. So they have cash flow, but it's finance cash flow. It looks like possibly this company may be turning it around, but I don't know. With it being an OTC stock and being dead for as long as it's been, I don't think it's a big deal. So we're starting to hold up this $8 area. What's up, Austin? I'm doing all right. Just hanging in this DPSI, low volume, low float play at the moment. I'm looking for his volume to come back in it as we start to try to get back up this trend line and break. Yeah, SOPA looking pretty decent. All right, what's up, GD? How's it going? Let's see, we're an hour in the stream. I'm going to take a quick little break here, guys, and I will be right back. All right, so we're still just hanging out right above that support. SOPA fell on the break 275 so far. The 10-day is right there. So that may be all that had, especially if the NQ, yep, NQ, that's the hour chart. Let me go back to the week chart. I'm sorry, let me go back to the hour chart. What was that one that ripped? Oh, that was that AUST. Yeah, I just had a quick rip up. Austin Gold closes initial public offering. Austin Gold Corp. They've only been... Let me make sure that this is an actual gold company before I get too crazy. Pretty sure it is. Yeah. Let me put DPSI back on the screen here. So Austin Gold, serial company builders working with serial mine finders. Been instrumental in building several mining successes in the past, including PVG, Standard Resources, now SSR Mining, and Uraners Energy, acquired by Energy. Oh, that's for you. Multi-billion-dollar market capitalization. Yeah, they got 2 geologists who are serial mine finders that discovered over 1 billion ounces of silver and over 10 million ounces of gold so far in their careers. Now, that doesn't help this company necessarily unless they can find more. So, this is an interesting little gold stock. New gold stock. I'm gonna put it on watch just because I've got it on watch anyway. Just because when it did IPO, yeah, it's only got 12 million shares. Ooh, 12 million shares in a gold company. Yeah, when it IPO'd, it shot all the way up to $29. Don't know how I missed that. What was that, last Wednesday? I don't know. But it has come back down all the way to $3. Actually hit a low of $2.50. And I am not minding that too much at all. Let's see the daily chart on it. Yeah. I'm going to do some more research into this new gold company here. We lost a lot of volume. But most of the volume was selling volume anyway. So at this point, just waiting to see some buying volume start coming back in on this. How did you do, Austin, this morning? What'd you hop into? If you hopped into anything. NQ still trying to hold that 12.3 level. BWV had a little pullback, trying to come back up right now. You can see on the hour chart, if that candle could start going green, there's 20 minutes left. BWV could start moving again. little triangle there. A little flag pattern, like SOPA. BWV is definitely more interesting. You placed 10 limit orders before the day started. Only your 10-cent order got filled. I like 10-cent a little bit. Not so much with blockchain gaming coming unless 10-cent is going to get into it, which I don't know if they already have, but I would imagine 10-cent is going to at some point get into blockchain gaming. If you don't know about 10-cent Holdings, it's a gaming company. I believe 10-cent is out of Japan, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I looked at it, but it's always been a tech stock that I keep on the back burner. Yeah, and it's a foreign stock too, Austin. So it's not a bad call with the strategy you've been looking at. Austin's been looking at all of the markets, all the stock markets, and has noticed that every other stock market in the world does not look as terrible as the U.S. stock market does right now. And so, and of course, I'll give you a little bit of affirmation, not that you need it, on your strategy. Peter Schiff has been saying that for about a year now. Of course, he's always saying buy gold, but his actual strategy he's been saying is foreign markets. He said, of course, I'm always going to hold gold, but as far as my stocks, he said he's went nothing but foreign stocks. He does not hold any, or very many, I guess, U.S. stocks in his portfolio. You are just going to be slow. This hour chart. We got 15 minutes left. If it doesn't push back over 8, then this next, well, actually, we got 17 minutes left. Then this next 17 minutes, I think we're going to see probably a pullback down to 7. And I'm not going to hold it down that long. NASDAQ trying to hold up. CYN, little double top there on the 50, or not double top, but double bottom right here. These two bottoms on the 15-minute. If that can hold up, CYN could start curling back up possibly. It is out of this channel, so that's pretty done. Hard to say right at the second, though. Need to see. Yeah, because see, if this 15-minute candle starts dumping and we crack 429, 430, the bottom of these two candles, and then the bottom of the bodies of these two candles, this is coming back down. So this needs probably 10 more minutes here, 15 more minutes here to see if it's going to hold up for that to be able to try to pop. SOPA, that is starting to push back up, but got to break 275. Having a hard time breaking. ICPT Interesting. Quite a bit of sideways movement on this. Let's see, 1950 acting as some resistance. If I could break 1950, let's see it up to 20 for a test, but 20 is going to be very strong resistance on the daily right back here. So at 20 20 is a natural support and resistance as well, so 20 is probably going to hold up pretty strong on this. See, BWV starting to break out of that triangle right now. Let's see if it can get up to $5 here. Got a lot of room. Well, after 5, there's a little bit of congestion at 525 area. Coming up to 480. 480 stacking the bids. 485, a little resistance if that gets taken out. Trying. It's really struggling to break 485. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, and in HH's stream this morning when I hopped over there for a second, that every single resistance line in this downtrending market is going to be strong. Every single one. And we are seeing that on SOPA where it's trying to break 275 but taking quite a while. And BWV, same thing. Looks like it may break 485 here in just a second. Yeah, here. Oh, there was not a lot on 485 that time on the sell side. Still stacking a little bit. Well, we're getting so close to some type of direction change here. Well, maybe not direction change, but a move. We've been going sideways for a while. DSPI is right up against that trend line. Both trend lines. Yep, you see we just bounced down on that support, got pushed back up very quickly. But that does not mean we're out of the woodworks. We've got to get over this downtrend now, within the next 10 minutes, or we are coming down on this play. Still not even to a million volume yet on that play. So, another rejection on 485 on BWV. So these resistance lines are not joking today. Sellers and shorters are sitting at resistance lines. I don't like that. Can you come back up here? I mean, this could dip all the way down to these previous bottoms there. It was a little triple bottom at 550. If it does not hold up here, get ready to lock this out because I'm bleeding out slowly. Yeah, gosh. Everything just... We're just in a ton of indecision at the moment. NQ back over 104. Eight minutes left in this hour. Let's see. Austin, you said Baba at 84, ACCO at 690, and WBD 1674. That's the three you care about, and then EAF at 750. Yeah, you've been on those with your technical analysis and everything very, very tight. So I'd say, you've done your research, you've done your analysis. They're not my type of plays, but you know what you're doing. Come on, we need to see some more buying than this. We're getting like little bits of buying off of this trend line, but we need to see more buying than this. It's not even registering on the volume bar on the 15-minute. BWV just hit 475 again and got rejected. SOPA's testing that 275 area another time here. This would be a bullish engulfing candle if this candle starts pushing over the top of the body of this red candle, and it is right now as I'm talking about it. Ton of selling at 275. Let's see if they get taken out. BWV rejected really hard back into the triangle, coming back down to the bottom almost 450, which is what is going to happen to SOPA if it cannot break 275 in the next few minutes. Really struggling. Still a lot of sellers just at 273. See all these orders on the ask. I'm getting poked out a little bit. Oh, there they go. They're starting to get taken out. Sellers at 274. They just got taken out. Testing 275 again. Still quite a bit of selling there. We do have a lot of green coming through on the time and sells there. Oh, another rejection at 275. Boy, this thing, let's see, is going to give it another run here. All right. Just got to pop up a little bit more DPSI. Comes another test at 275. Another rejection quickly again. We got 3.5 minutes left. Oh, I'm sorry, 2.5 minutes left on this hour. Oh, hold on a second. DPIS just dropped some. Ugh. Ask is still at 789. We did just have a buy come through at 786. God, we're very close to cracking here. SOPA still struggling with 275. BWV is not even been able to get back to it. Swivel having a little bounce off of these EMAs in that 725 area. ICP-T still just going sideways running a 1950. CYN's trying to hold, but 10 days all the way down at 394. We need to see those bids move back up on this. All right, last minute here. SOPA giving 275 another test here. Let's see if he gets it this time. Coming in the last 20 seconds on the hour. Can it do it? Looks like this candle's going to close right where it's at. So that doesn't tell us anything. But could not become a bullish engulfing. This candle's trying to test 275 right away. DPSI. Ask. Let's move down to 780. Or ask and bid keep slowly pushing down. SOPA starting to break 275.
Very nice. And now it's now starting to move up. Bid stacking at 277, so not even allowing the price to get back down to 275. Up. 277 got taken out. 275's got the hold and confirmed support. Let's see. The next. Wait, where's our next candle? Why haven't we opened up another candle yet? Has nobody bought anything? Yeah, somebody bought something at 11:01. Trying to decide if I want to cut this. SOPA still struggling with 275, so it's been struggling for 275 for literally an hour. If it does not break out and hold 275 as support, it is going to come down. This is way too long. And the NASDAQ starting to push back down as well. After that short-lived rebound. Okay. All right. DPSI, we are right in this last little bit. Last little bit of this triangle. It's very hard to say. BWV trying to push back up again. So that's got to break 475. Nothing there. Let's go down through the scanners again, see if we got anything else showing up. PCOM, that was a reverse stock split. BTTX just going sideways. We already got CYN and the other one on there. Nothing there. HMTV, that was a reverse stock split or something or another. The top four on the top 10% NASDAQ gainer list is SOPA, BTTX, PCOM, and DPSI. So DPSI really about third on the list. Alright, we're starting to see a little itty bit of buying coming in to hold it on the uptrend so far. Little itty bits. Alright. Can you get it? Vic Seller just stepped in at 780. $7.66 Century for 10 shares. You'll join me. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of support right where it's at. I got in a little higher than I would like because it looked like it was going to break that downtrend on this U shape here. So I did get in a little high on the first entry, looking for it to break, and then it just could not. So Did do a little averaging down, but I only want to hold this 30 shares for the time being. Let's see if you can keep bouncing. Come on, show us the bounce. So, but breaking back through 275 again, I'd say this time you're probably going to see 3. Although that high of the day is at 285, so 285 is going to act as some strong resistance. It's right up to 280 now. Let's see, SOPA right through 285, right up to 3. Very nice. So good job on SOPA if you played this triangle. Getting a move up from $2.50 to $3 so far. Nice 50-cent move. Just took it a while. Hold on a second. What is this? Okay. Little news tab that popped up on DPSI. I wanted to make sure it wasn't anything like an offering or whatnot. BWV, that one's starting to push up as well again. With SOPA possibly breaking, we could see BWV go ahead and start breaking here as well. SOPA breaks 3. SOPA's got room. Let me go into the daily chart and see. Well, SOPA, it definitely has room to run if it breaks 3. There's not really much else after that. Trying to get back over 290. Got to hold that 290 support while it's testing $3. BWV, bullish engulfing candle formed so far on this 15-minute. ICPT giving up. Yep, CYN pretty much done at this point with this big nasty curl over. Getting rejected right below the 200 on the daily, so that's why it ran into so much resistance. You see the potential, Austin? It has potential. It just needs the volume on DPSI. We're still not to a million in volume yet. We're still only at 734,000. It just needs buying volume. That is it. Because, like, what is that? That candle was 775 up to 867, 70. It's almost $1 move in that one candle. And that was only 25,000 in buying volume. So that's why I'm in this and holding at the moment. Looking for just for buyers to come in at these areas off of this trend line. So starting to hold 285 as support. BWV on the cusp. Breaking this triangle. See what's the NQ doing. NQ still rebounding pretty decently so far. Last 45 minutes we've been pushing up, but you look at the 1 hour chart, we're still in this nasty downtrend, and the 10-day is right there above us. So, was it at 12.4? So this got up to about 12.4, and we'll see if it can break 12.4. See here, check my phone, see what's happening on here, going on. Alright. Well, this stock is going to put me to sleep. I'm going to probably end up holding it. I'm not going to swing it overnight. Although I'm tempted to because those rips happen. Well, actually, I think the biggest rips happen in after hours. Let's see. No, that was pre-market. Yeah, that was pre-market as well. So no, the rips happen in pre-market. It'd be such a sketchy trade to hold all the way till tomorrow through pre-market. Let's think. A little push. A little bit of green coming through on this diamond sells. I think we may see another push up to 3 here on SOPA. In just a second. Every time we're about to crack that support line, a little bit of buying comes in. Just a little bit. FMB holding above the 100 weekly. You have the 100 day on there on your charting. Because I personally, in my experience, the 100 day is alright. I mean, sometimes it does hold as support and resistance, but it's not got the strength of the 200 day. And if you're using a 50 day and a 200 day, you're pretty close into having the information a 100 day would show you. So I personally don't use the 100 day, but if it helps your strategy, do what you gotta do. Oh, 100 day weekly. Well, still, I wouldn't use the 100 day myself on the weekly either. But 200 weekly right at the 1460 support, 1490 gap fill. What are we talking about? Oh, FNB. I forgot completely what stock we were talking about. FMNB. Boom. Yeah, it's got some strong support back through here. Made a double bottom off of that 15 area, trying to bounce today. I would just like to see another couple of days of a holding 15. We're just creeping right up this little trend line right now. Just a little creep. Starting to get a little bit of buying. Little tiny bit here, starting to come back in. Oh, bid up to the ask up to 789 again. So if we get some 789s coming through here on this time and sells. Nothing to get excited about yet. This is just little bits of buying. As I said, we need to get back over 8. But I do like so far that we've held this trend, this uptrend, and we're sliding up it. I am perfectly fine with this being slidey all day as long as it's on this uptrend. And we're starting to get back up towards 8 now. See that buy-in still slowly creeping. Why do I trade low cap stocks? Well, the main reason is because of how much money you're putting in, right? So if you're buying Apple and Apple's $200, I don't know what it is right this second, but it's probably around there. If you buy Apple at $200 and you buy 10 shares of it, well, let me rephrase it. If let's say you got 500 bucks, all right, and you're going to day trade. Well, with that 500 bucks, if you buy 2 shares of Apple, that's about all you can buy, maybe 2 and a third or something like that. It's going to take Apple a lot to move, right? It has a huge float. It has tons and tons of shares in the supply. So to basic supply and demand, when you have a ton of supply and you don't have enough demand, the prices are going to go down. So I look for low float stocks in the lower price range because it's very low supply. Like this stock I'm in now only has 7 million shares outstanding. That means compared to Apple, let's just pull Apple up here and just show the difference. Apple has 16 billion versus the 7 million in this. So first reason is because of supply and demand. If I'm looking for really low supply stocks, it isn't going to take very much demand to push it up, which is why what I've been saying, I'm just waiting for buying to come in. And it's not going to take much buying volume. Like I said, back here, this was a dollar move on this 115-minute candle, and that was only 25,000 shares that was transacted in that 15 minutes, and it made a dollar move. Apple not going to do that. It takes a lot more people to move Apple. And then the amount of capital you invest. So say you buy those 2.5 shares at Apple right here at 150, and then it goes up to 153. Well, you made $3 a share, but you've only got 2.5, so you've made about $7. Versus DPSI, where it's $8. That same $500 can buy me 40 shares of this. And if this rips $1 at 40 shares, which we know it can easily rip $1 at 40 shares, that's $40. So for the same amount of capital, you're going to be able to possibly get more shares on these low float stocks, which means that they can rip harder than Apple, which means you're going to get more profits, more bang for your buck when day trading. So, the same premise though, as fast as these stocks can go up is as fast as they can go down. So they are very dangerous compared to where Apple, where it's not really more than likely going to drop very much in a day. I mean, the range on Apple, the high of the day right here is 155, and the low is 151.50. So $4. Well, that's to the downside, so you'd lost anyway. Well, let's say from right here, 152 up to the high of 155. $3. Even if you go 1,000 shares, you get like what? 6-7 shares, $3, that's $20. So on $1,000, you're not probably going to make that much. But that's why. It's just simple supply and demand. It just doesn't make sense to me to put a ton of capital in an expensive stock when there's these low float stocks every single day that have potential to rip big or even just rip a couple of dollars. If this $8 stock can rip $4, the same as the $100 stock of Apple, you're gonna be able to buy a lot more shares of this one. Now, I'm not saying this is gonna rip $4. I don't know what it's gonna do at the moment. I'm looking, as long as it holds up this trend line, we could see it push back up to 858 and then 9 and test 9. But until we get through those zones, those resistance and support, there's no telling whether or not this will see $10 again today. But that's just me. There's tons of ways to make money. I mean, if you're trading with $20,000 or whatever, then yeah, you can get a lot more shares of Apple and get those $3-4 runs on it and make quite a bit. But most new traders are not starting out with $20,000 or $25,000. If you are a new trader trying to start out with that much money, you should go and find a stream, the closest stream to you that you can. Go in that stream, act like a bear, snatch a trout out, and then I want you to hold that trout nice and firm in your hand, and then just slap the shit out of yourself with that trout, because you should not be trading with that much money as a new trader. So, and if you don't slap yourself with that trout, the stock market's going to slap you with a shark, and a shark's going to hurt a lot worse than that trout that you slap yourself with. So, hopefully that makes sense. It's a fish metaphor there. We expand our metaphors all over the place. So we're having some problems here getting back over 8. SOPA, hard rejection off of $3. So that's what I was saying. It took so long to break 275 that we'd probably hit that $3, but not able to break. So coming back down. BWV is actually still hard to tell. Still consolidating at the moment. Does look like it may have a sell-off here soon if it cannot hold 450. And you got all that room down if it can't. Got sellers sitting at 8 on the ask here. At least one seller. It's got about 3,500 shares of this low float. We need to see him get taken out. Buyers can buy up his shares or her shares, whoever it is. Pop us back over 8. I think we'll be all right here on this play. Couple buys coming through at 8. Let's see a little bit more. Let's see this top 10 NASDAQ gainer list now. What does it look like? Okay. So BWV is close to dropping under 20% on the day, which would put DPSI at like second top gainer on the day. SOPA's still at 40%. But it does look like SOPA may be about to give stuff back. Maybe about to give profits back if it doesn't hold over this next couple of minutes. But this DPSI play, because it's so low on volume, it may I may have to hold it for a while. It may take a few hours. It's not going to do much until volume comes in. NQ almost up to 12.4. NQ still showing a little bit of rebound. Oil around 104.5. Gold at 18 and a half. We did just take out. We're taking out all those people at 8. Those sellers, they just dropped down quite a bit. You see those $8 coming through on the time and sales. Come on, push them out of the way. See these bids get back over 8 so I can feel better. We do not want to get rejected at $8. Rejection at $8 on this, and this trend line will crack. We had a ton of support back through here at $8. All right, we're at that 2-hour mark. It's about 11:30. I'm going to take another quick few minute break here. And we'll give the stream probably about 30 minutes. We should start seeing something on DPSI in the next 30 minutes, as long as it's still slowly climbing. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys. We'll see what happens. There we go. Very nice. So we're back over 8. I've been telling you guys that every time I walk away, most of the time, that's usually when something starts breaking out. That's why I do it, because these stocks don't want me watching them. They're like that movie, what is it, Bridesmaids or something? It's got Melissa McCarthy in it, and she's sitting on the sink after they all ate them burritos or whatever. She's going, "Look away, look away." That's what the stocks do to me. They don't want me to see them break. They want me to look away. But we're not quite out of the woodworks yet. We're getting a little bounce off that trend line. Need to see this buying volume continue in. BWV under 450, SOPA under 270, CYN down to 416. Ooh, that was a big buy. I just now looked at that time and sales at 823. There was a buy for 2,500 shares, which is, what is that? 2,500 at $8 about. So that's around 20 grand somebody just threw at this thing on the buy side. It's a decent size order. Very nice. Now, see, when we start getting volume, just like earlier when we had them spreads and 50-cent to 70-cent spreads between the bid and the ask, if buyers get excited and we start getting FOMO into this play and we start getting those big spreads, those crazy retail buyers are going to be hitting buy market and buying it at the top of the spreads, which is going to pop that price up quite a bit pretty quickly if that happens. We'll see if it happens. It's starting to become a pretty decent possibility. We do need to break back over 850 and 9 though. Break over 850 and 9 and we should see this thing start to get that FOMO feel. Especially if everything else keeps coming down. Although SOPA's still holding 270, but if this can become the top gainer on the day, which we're not far off from, then that is when when we really could see the volume. So here's this top 10% NASDAQ list. Now, actually BTTX. Well, we're only 4% away from jumping over BTTX as the top gainer. PCOM is nonsense, not going to be a trade. So we're actually still third, but coming up on taking out BTTX as the second top gainer. Now almost under 3%. So the rewards from the weekend for the P2E Gods Unchained NFT game will be out. Usually, there's been some issues with the Gods tokens, but as far as your NFT packs that you win for the weekend ranked, those should be out Wednesday. It's usually towards the end of the week from the following week. Now, they are working on speeding it up to where it's the same. As soon as the weekend ranked is over, you get them on Monday or whatever. Now, look at this. 40-something cent spread between the bid and the ask, and buyers came in there and bought it up at $8.76, so that price shot way up there. We're at 28% on the day here if we can just keep going. Need to see these bids start moving up over $8.50. Until the bids get over $8.50, we have a 40-cent spread. This can, buyers, you can see right there, a buyer or a seller just sold at $8.38. So we gotta see the, wow, Bids just stacked at 850 hard. Look at that. Look at that. That ought to make buyers a little comfortable. We should see a push to 9 here. Testing 875, and we're at 850, holding pretty decently so far. Look at the buys, 3,000 shares there. We're at 29%. BTTX is at 29.4, so we're 0.5% away from passing that. Bid just moved up to 865. Well, it just got taken out really quick. See them bids keep popping up. There he was right there. It was a buy order for one bid. Somebody, or for a one share. Somebody was just trying to throw a little shenanigans in there. There he is again, 865. Somebody's messing with this. We're getting some manipulation. These 100 share orders, these little share orders up at the bid, trying to get buyers into this. We may be in some type of institutional hoodoo here, but we may be on the right side of it. Maybe. Like I said, we still got to get over 9. Having trouble at 875. Bid and spread tightening back a little bit. Another decent sized buyer there at 855. We need these buyers to push up. We need to see them over 850. We need to get off this 850 now that we've been holding it. We got 7 minutes on this 15-minute candle left. Let me pop into the hour chart right quick. You can see on that daily too where this got bought up and pushed back above the uptrend. Oh, there it is. 875 is the 10-day. So 875 and 9 break of those. Yeah, and we got room up to 10. But yeah, this could just be a short-lived bounce. Need to see continuation momentum. We've almost lost those 851 buyers sitting on the bid. SOPA's down to 40%. Just a little bit more buying. Come on, pop up over 9. Let's go. You're so close. In Q, hitting that 10-day moving average on the hour chart and getting rejected. And Q possibly starting to come back down again. You're just going to hang out here? Just going to hang out? Just going to get to 850 and just stop? Not do anything else? Is that what we're going to do here? Do I need to walk away again, DPSI? What are you doing to me? I'm starting to have some issues with the street.